music. Okay, yeah, I have a very interesting bug. Interesting in the sense that it looks like I have no idea how to debug this yet. What happens is the following. It prints this output. And a part of that is that it prints the parameter list here like this. Probably, I don't know, maybe the parameter is too long, but well, probably parameter list is too long. So every element is printed like that. And I have no idea why it prints nothing in between the ampersand and the add here. So that's what you have to debug. Now, if we would try to reach the point where this goes wrong with stepping through the debug code, that is gotta be so impossible. Completely impossible. But just for fun, let's start with setting a breakpoint on this function. Okay, so we run this. Well, let's run actually. You run GDB with arguments on. Now copy that letter again. .cpp. And I guess this is reading the .gdb init that we don't have. Cool. So let's set a breakpoint at that point then. See what this is being read. Yep, breakpoint. So I run it. Yeah, so this eventually will call print macro directive. Well, I think I can set a breakpoint there. So we can continue. Now we are in the translation unit reference implementation. Member function print macro directive, which just constructs and returns a debug macro directive thing. And then that is being written to an O stream again. So if I want to set a breakpoint on that, well, I think it's going to yeah, it's just going to call print on, I think, on that object. So we break and print on, and that worked. My eye is itching. Not getting better by rubbing it, but yeah. Continue. So now it's going to print a macro directive. Okay, next. Next. This is going to call this one, right? Macro info, creates a macro info, and then write that to an O stream. And that should be a debug macro info as well. So I can do break debug macro info print on. Continue. this is going to print eventually parameter list, and then the shit starts. It's going to print whatever is returned from utils print range, where we pass the macro info param begin, macro info param end, and a lambda. And I think the print range actually works because, well, I use that also for the next thing. This one. And that one works. So we probably should concentrate on whatever happens when this lambda is being called. And so maybe I should just put a breakpoint here. But yeah, then again, also that is just going to return objects, of course, which then is being written to the O stream. Maybe you can start stepping though at that point. Let's put a breakpoint here. I'm gonna do continue. I'm gonna do up. This is in the lambda. To be able to print the first element. The element is a clang identify info pointer. I guess that would be this value here. It seems to be a little bit changed. This is 55988. The 988 is the same, but the front of it was changed. But yeah, this thing should be... stop rubbing your eye, man. Okay, sorry. So now if I do a step, then it's going to construct the return value, which is a print pointer object. Oh, bang, we are immediately in the operator less and less now. Or are we? Yeah. So this should be the pointer, the same value. Oops, it is. That value. So it's non-null, therefore we can do step. And then we do if not get iwould value OS. Well, we see that the ampersand is being printed, so this works, as in we enter this thing. I'm gonna do next. Yep, and then we print it. But oh, it's too fast. Yeah, so that was the point. Oh, what? Oh, what? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I got that. That one got me. That one got me. But still, what the hell happens here? It went too fast. We are here, and then bang, we're here. So this one is skipped, surprisingly enough, because the end if is the whole block here is actually compiled I think, so that we do have this else, so that we do not do this. But I need to see the whole code. List 5.3. Ding, ding. These are const expressions. So if const expression maybe this one's the one. Okay, so this one says just print the pointer value below, but then it doesn't because of the else here. No, wait a minute. That was this refers to that one. Okay. Yeah, it should not have printed this at all, actually. Okay, this is a bit confusing. So what is T? What is pointer? That doesn't help me. Give me that type, man. It is this is a print pointer of a Clang identifier info. Okay, so T is not a pointer. And then we do this is kind of nonsense, isn't it? That thing doesn't have an M pointer. I would say this thus nonsense that this definitely fails. So therefore we get here, and therefore nothing is printed. On the other hand, you can also say that it is definitely not. It is not T. T is this, right? Yeah. So that's not a char. So this would fail. But I want this to be printed. So this test here should fail. So that we try this, which then also fails. And therefore we do this. What is it even trying to test here? Yes, I wrote that code. Yes, I wrote it today. I think I'm gonna take out my eye, like remove it, because come on, I should not have rubbed it. What did I get in my eye? Hey, aging. Vulkan, yeah. I gave up on Vulkan. It's just too difficult. If I was 20 years younger, maybe. Better even 30 years younger. But yeah, you need, I don't know. Vulkan is so incredibly difficult. utils print pointer. Blah, 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 but that was this is a pointer. So we know what t is. This is t. What is this trying to test? If not requires and pointer is dereferenceable. This creates a declaration value. Oh, it's just nonsense because the t is already dereferenced. I guess I expected. No, t should be a pointer, I think. So this should have been a print pointer or not. Well, apparently not. Okay, so if you get here at all, then the t is the dereferenced type of the pointer. And this is the actual pointer. Yeah. What did I try to do there? If you ask me, I'm trying to test that this compiles. So we want to know. Well, no. Yeah. Can I just put pointer here? Just exactly that. I don't need a declaration value. I think that's the answer. Simply requires that compiles. Yeah, no better, right? I mean, I wanted to. I want this to compile. Do I not? I mean, unless it is. I mean, yeah, no, it's nonsense. This is a pointer. Therefore, the star in front of it will compile. So this is always true. So then you might as well delete the whole thing here. I probably should try to write this thing to an O stream. So I think declaration value then, we do need a value. What the hell? Standard declaration value. Parameter list. Still, it is not printing. Nope. Well, okay, in this case I don't want the ampersand and the at being shown either, so I have to change this anyways. So if this const expression fails, then I don't want to print anything. I also do not want to print this. If this const expression does not fail, then I do want to print it. So it must be like this. Forget the concept thing. At least, I mean, without the concepts, I need, I need a. Let's pretend that if def is always true. I want to print that here. Isn't even a concept actually. This is just a type trait. C++11. Yeah, any other one? What is it requires? That is a concept thing, but this is not. And is same. I'm not sure. I think that T here might be a const maybe thing. Char const. So you have to strip off all qualifiers probably. Standard remove something CV. This is sure not going to work. This. Let me just try to find it. Remove. Is that remove const? Okay, I think CV might be it. Remove CV. Call it a T. Of course, it's a T. It is a type. So T with any, well, with constant volatile removed. If that then is the same as hard, then yeah, then we can test if it is the same. Yeah. And we quote the thing. So now this one fails, possibly because I just can't write it to no stream. So if we comment this one out, this part out, then now it should try to write to no stream, but fail. So I get a lot of debug errors, compile errors. Okay, we compile errors. We do get compile errors a lot. Yep, you cannot write it. So no, it seems to work then. So we have to write an OStream serializer thingy for Clang identifier info. Do I not already wrote that? Totally looks like an identifier info writing right thing. Yeah, here it is. But let's see, this is in debug, so to make that work I should have an operator something in Clang, not in source manager here. There's a one here for optional file entry. Is that all? I think so. Let's have a closer look. Looks a lot like this thing, right? Quits, grep. I was thinking that is probably more than my scroll buffer, but no. I'm creating the thing directly. There is a way to do it. If I have the translation unit, well, I should. No, I can't do that because we are inside the utils print pointer. I just need the operator for less than for this thing, otherwise it will not work. And that then of course should go in here. I put it here because I need this class, but we already have a namespace Clang here. Surely we can just move this operand. Maybe that's easier. So put it above this namespace. Put it here. Where was this one? That is that one. I forgot what the type was. Identify info, I think. But for Clang, this is inside Clang. Identifier info. Right. And this should return OS. But how do I write it? So now I can just create a debug identifier info object and write that, which was defined here. Yeah, identifier info, and that has a print on, and that has this thing. So that should work. And you have to create a thing from a translation inut and the Clang identifier info thing. So translation unit, comma, uh-oh, yeah, I can't, oh no, really, damn it, man. I don't have the translation unit here. So this is completely not working. I can't use print pointer in other words. Yeah, it's starting to get so annoying that maybe I should just put make a custom I/O manipulator where I put the translation unit, attach the translation unit to the O stream, so I can retrieve it here from the O stream. Either that or I can't use utils print pointer. It's not really fun to make a custom I/O manipulator. AJ, if you're still here, the H is for having a very good memory. You still have to put 2 years of study into it. I mean, you just started, dude. Work hard, and in a few months, then you'll start to comprehend a little bit. The problem is that it takes 2 years, well, at least a year, if you're very intelligent and work very hard. then it will take a year before you really can code in Vulkan. You know, like, I mean, it depends on the amount of help you get, I guess. So if you have to join the right forums or Discord somewhere, and then if people are helping you continuously, then eventually you will understand. But the problem at my age is that after the year, I have forgotten the last 50 weeks. Well, the last 2 weeks maybe I remember, but everything before that I forgot. So you need to be young in order to be able to study for a full year or 2 years, and then just know everything that you learned in the past 2 years. I can't do that anymore. I mean, I have, of course, a lot of knowledge that are, I acquired a lot of knowledge which will not disappear from my brain. I just know that, and I can use it and again and again. But adding new knowledge, to actually learning something that I did not know before, that is so difficult now. No, it's okay. You can. I mean, you have to. Of course, you have to put in a lot of effort, yeah? Like hours of hard work before you ask a question. Don't come to a channel and ask it as if it is an AI. But if you get extremely stuck and you get really don't know, and it has been days of trying, and then you just don't get it, then sometimes it really help if you just ask on the Vulkan Discord a targeted question that people can answer with a few sentences, and then you get that insight. Oh, they helped me too back then. I got help from really top guys there. The people working for the companies that created Vulkan. I don't know if they do that still. It has been 2 years since then. At some point they should get tired of helping people. Okay, this is seriously annoying here. Let's just drop the usage of print pointer. Guess this was gone already. Oh, what happened? Redo. Oh, that. Yeah, well, yeah. I can still move that up, I guess. Let's just delete that. Okay. Where's my print pointer being used? Should go to bed. Also, blah blah blah. Token. There it is. So the print pointer is mostly for printing the contents of what the pointer is pointing at. But in this case, I know, I'm pretty sure it's not null. And there is also not a risk of recursive pointers. It could be a pointer like a node that has a previous and a next pointer to another node. Then usually you don't want to print those pointers as well. So if I say print pointer, then it prints the pointer value, but also the dereferenced value of that pointer. But if that pointer contains pointer, then those are not dereferenced. That's the idea of print pointer. However, in this case, I know the thing that I print does not contain pointers, so who cares, I can just print it, and it's not null, so I can just print it. I don't need a print pointer. But if I dereference it like this, then it looks like it's not a pointer. But yeah, on the other hand, I don't really care actually that it looks like a non-pointer, because this thing is supposed to print a parameter list. Who cares that it is internally stored with pointers, let alone what the value of those pointers are. So I think I'm just going to print the dereference value of each element like this and be done with it. MixCW format. Alright, and that doesn't work because we need to create a debug object first from that. But now I can do that at least I hope. I should be able to do that now. So I'm going to create here and identifier info object from the dereferenced value of that pointer, and add to it the translation unit, which should be a member of the current object macro info. So comes from the base class, which is this thing, which has it here. Translation unit reference. Trust me. Oh, here it is. Yeah. And there is our parameter list. The parameters are X, token ID 5, interesting identifier ID 0, interesting identifier also 0, interesting identifier also 0, has macro false. Head marker false, is extension false, is future combat keyword false, is poison false. Maybe it should only print the things that are true. That would save a lot of printing. Almost everything is false. And a null pointer. Especially for this parameter list. Then I would just get X, token ID is 5, the interesting things are not interesting. The rest is false, and here's something that is null, also not interesting. What does token ID even mean, actually? That value should have a name. Maybe it means identifier. I don't think it will ever change actually. It's just 5. Might as well not print it. Hey, but I didn't know that before I saw this. Placement tokens. Still the same thing. Okay, let's make it a little bit shorter by not printing the things that are false, I think. Where is it printed? I don't know. Oh, what, I think I know. This, yeah, here, no, yes, yes. Identifier info. This is the one here. So token ID is probably always 5, I think, is my guess. What does the thing mean? So I have an identifier info and then get token ID. Well, in a different namespace. Now, see, that's just toc identifier. Come on. Completely useless. Maybe I should go to toc first, then search for identifier. This is not getting there, it seems. Should be at toc identifier. Toc. Namespace toc. And namespace toc. Bishop, no, I'm not. It might just get it from here. C99 identifiers. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And that's the first one. These are defined in the toc namespace. Yeah, it like literally means identifier, that 5. Bishop, yes. Yes, it is Red Holmes. Interesting identifier ID. Yeah, what the hell is that? I don't think it's interesting, seriously. I mean, no pun intended here. Interesting something. Interesting identifier. So like literally set to not interesting identifier. That's the default constructor. Maybe there is still hope. Get OPC keyword is probably a set. Yeah. So it's being set to non-interesting, and then so you can print it if it is not interesting. But that means what LVM2 underlying. Yeah, I can use that as well. Just the cost, I think. Still need an accessor to this thing first, actually. Which we don't have. Get built-in ID value is the thing. Vague. So there's a set built-in and a clear built-in. And then the get built-in is oh, wait a minute. It's indicates that it is something built in. We don't know that. Same thing for notifile. Oh, there it is. Get object C or built-in ID. Oh, this is a combination of object C, which is never set in our case, or built-in ID. So I would like to know when it is a built-in ID, and more importantly, hello Chief, I'm programming. No, I'm running a C++ formatter. Also included from an header here, built-ins. I have to look at that in order to understand what the F it is. Wait, did I change this? Yep, I did. Bleep, bleep. Oh, like that. Well, that's super interesting. Oh no, actually, well, it looks like looks like identifiers, obviously, but then with two underscores or double underscore built in, obviously. So those are exposed identifiers, exposed by Clang, but they are built in. So the double underscore here says the most, tells you basically what it is. Yeah, since I'm printing a parameter list of a macro here, it's never going to be built in. Never. Even if it is, it still isn't. So I'm not super interested in printing it, or at the very least you can make it a hold path in the code that we don't print anything if it is 0, which will, I think, be always the case. So go back here, and not here. I wanted to go somewhere else, like, yeah. Now, if I had a good memory, I would not have had done this, or how do you say that? I would just have known that it was that, because I was staring at it for 5 minutes. Get object-C or built-in ID, but no, we had to go back here. That ain't gonna work. I need an OS as well. But of course, yeah, I could maybe, in the end, I might use it for something else. The built-in could pop up. Currently, just only using it for printing macro arguments. Those will not be built in. Bishop, since how many times are you all bases belong to you? I can guess what you mean. How long have I been using LLVM? For development. I don't know, a week? Yeah, since the beginning of this project, which is not long. If identity AI, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we have gotten that, and now I wanted to print these only if they are true. Yeah, I don't know. Thinking of a way to make that reusable faster. So we would have the list of stuff where you need both the string here and yeah, something that you can test. But I don't really see a fast way. Let's just make it very verbose. Oh yeah, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know how long I have been working on this. Please don't let it be longer than 2 weeks. It feels 2 weeks. Substitute. I was working on way arc, yeah, and then I needed a better C++ formatter, so I thought, oh, that's the right one. And then, of course, it takes longer than you think, as usual. It's kind of fun. I want to remove this. And everything has become a line by itself, so it probably has to end on a semicolon. Or you can use the whole editing in one go. So substitute. Let's keep the indentation. So something string. The string is A to Z or A to Z. I don't think there's anything else. No digits, no underscore. Followed, let's do followed by anything. Oh, that's now I have a whole semicolon. Let's put that one here as well. Yeah, I need more, so maybe let's say we need this thing as well. Maybe the whole thing, right? Yeah, the whole thing. So I'm gonna do, I think it's hopefully it's not too greedy, this thing. It's not greedy. Identify, well, actually it might be, I don't know, identify, I don't know. So yeah, that seems to work. You need to capture the thing. And then here we can just use again. What was it? Yeah, a set. Okay, I think I have everything-ish. Well, ignoring the OS in the beginning. So if, and ignoring the indentation. So if that thing is true, then print the string yeah, just a string actually. I don't want to print this anymore. Need kind of a separator though. Some kind of separator. I don't know. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. If what's with the is final? Oh, I missed it one somehow. Yeah. Separators always start empty. Although in this case, if I print nothing, I might even not want to print. Let's put these things in braces. I could add it actually to a vector and then maybe print a vector. Oh, that's a smart thing. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, it's super slow, but hey. This is only debug output, right? No, let's even do it if there is a single flag. So it's like it's not empty, we print something at all, including braces. So we have comma, brace open, print the whole list, brace close. And otherwise I don't even print the braces. And then here we run over all the include vector. It already knows about vector, apparently. But I'm very explicitly using it. So let's add it. Include vector. I could tile. I should be in bed. I wanted to be in bed 2 hours ago, so yeah. Hopefully I'll make this short and it compiles, so who knows. There it is. And it still prints that one. The interesting identifier, they're all 0, but it prints it. This is just too long. I should delete this. Going to do the same thing here, maybe. Just what is it anyway? ID. Is there any indication that I guess a 0 means that it is not an Object-C keyword. Not an Object-C keyword here as well. You're not allowed to add not built in, which is probably the 0 one. It's the first one. Totally, yeah, you can see it here. So they reserve 0 for not in the list. So I'm going to use 0 as not interesting. If this is larger than 0, we can print it. If this is what the hell? If larger than 0. But yeah, then why the hell is this true? All of them are 0. They are all 0. Not to mention that I am not printing them by value. I need to add... well, I should... Basically, I could... Oh, that must exist. Come on, that must exist. You can build in this... you can print this built-in ID by name. I'm sure of it. But how? There was that long list. I just want to understand why this would return something non-zero. Interesting identifier bits. Object C keyword ID. Built-in ID. Get notable identifier ID. There is nothing else. So it's non-zero and then the content is 0. Really? How? And the name is wrong. Get object C or built-in or notable identifier ID. Oh, not that. Okay, there we are. 0 is the not built in. Not interesting is all ones or whatever this is. Yeah, okay, I should test it against that, I guess. That's a special value then. Very special value. Which searches if there's not already some function that does that. No, here they special case it. Where was it? Yeah. Enum clause, what's my namespace? Clang. That's how easy life is. So it's testing against 0. That's wrong. We have to test it against not interesting identifier. So if it is not interesting identifier, then we can test for 0 to print it. But on the other hand, actually 0 is also, yeah, I mean, no, not really. I mean, if this value is changed, then one of the three might be interesting, but not necessarily all of them. And the things that are 0 are still not interesting in that case. So I don't understand why this value is not 0, but okay, whatever. I think this will work. Well, definitely works in this case. Of course, I know the value already. Well, not definitely. Invalid operands for binary expression unsigned in and clang interesting identifier. Oh, I've got a... and they call it whatever, underlying. LLVM2 underlying. Come on, there's a standard. Pretty sure there's a standard STDs to underlying or something. Which is C++ 23 apparently. No, yeah, let's use this one. I'm not yet demanding to use C++ 23 for this project. Yeah, here. Now it prints name X, name Y. Brilliant. So yeah, that's the parameter list, and that's the only interesting thing that we can tell about it. And Kotaro is sending me to bed, so I'm sorry guys, I wanted to go on till 2 o'clock today. But I have to go. Kotaro says I have to go to bed. I'll be back probably not tomorrow. Yeah? Tomorrow, at least not in the evening, because I have to go play chess again. Yeah, for real. Over the board. Yeah, pretend you are not wearing leather with your whip, Kotaro. No, I mean, sorry. Yes, Daddy.